Before I start the video, I just want to say thank you for the subs. We reached over 100 subscribers. Let's go! And hopefully more in the future. It's been really fun making content, and I've always wanted to make videos about video games or anime. If you haven't noticed, I make commentary videos on anything related to these topics. Anyways, to wrap it up, I made a Discord server for the channel. There's nothing really big about it right now. We might have some events lined up in the future, but as of this video, it's mainly a hub where you can hang out with other people and post art or memes. Alright, enough yapping about the Discord channel. Let's get to yapping about the main video. Before watching Frieren, I was in the mindset of this is gonna be another generic shonen isekai type adventure anime. But boy was I completely wrong. Frieren Beyond Journey's End made me reflect on my past relationships with people and the good memories I had with them, even if the moment is kinda questionable.
Bro, what's at Twin Peaks?
Titties.
Okay, well, there's children over here.
This anime goes through the moments and encounters that the main character Frieren has with the party of heroes and the current party she's in. She wants to experience what other people are experiencing, whether it's sadness or happiness or just social cues, since this dumbass can't read the room, like how some of y'all are at the function when the girl is giving you a cue that she likes you, but you spend the whole party looking at the weather app. Frieren explores what it means to be human and understanding how important it is to have relationships with people and the time you spend with them, making the concept of time critical rather than something you can set aside for later. For this reason, Frieren decides that she doesn't want to spend all her time doing nothing, but spend her journey understanding humans. Since, you know, she's an elf and all. Real quick, who the hell decided that elves can live longer than humans? It's the same with dwarves. Apparently they live longer than humans but less than elves? Make it make sense to me. Anyways, there's gonna be spoilers for this anime, so I highly recommend watching it first, then coming back to this video. If you already watched it, then this is Frieren's message about relationships. Frieren's Beyond Journey's End starts with Flam, the legendary mage's quote that she reached Ariol, a place where souls gather after dying. Basically heaven. This doesn't make sense right now, but keep this in the back of your mind for later. The party arrives in town after defeating the Demon King for a celebration. The party starts to reminisce about the memories that they had along the way to the Demon King. But of course, Frieren didn't read the room, saying that 10 years of adventuring with them felt like just another day for her. We have to remember that Frieren is an elf, and apparently elves in this world can live thousands of years without showing signs of aging, essentially making her immortal. At this point of the story, you can already tell how she sees the world. Frieren doesn't really care about creating bonds or perceive time the same way humans do. She doesn't quite understand how important it is having spent time with people, especially Himmel, until it was too late to at least try to get to know them. After 50 years gone by of her collecting grimoires, she remembers to visit Himmel not because of the meteor shower, but the fact that she needs to get a horn for a summoning spell. By the way, this horn never appears again. I don't know what the hell they did with this horn. Maybe it's in the manga. I haven't read it, but it's so weird to me. Frieren can be cold-hearted even if she doesn't mean it that way. The first hint of Frieren trying to understand what it means to have a genuine relationship is when Himmel was keeping the horn in the drawer, waiting for her return, telling her that anything that means something from a friend should be important. We then get Himmel's perspective of the group and how he misses everything about it. He emphasizes that Frieren was always in those beautiful memories. It's pretty obvious that Himmel saw Frieren more than a friend. Like, it's obvious. Spending every last second with her was everything he asked for before dying. Until it was too late, Frieren wishes she knew more about Himmel, even if they had been adventuring for 10 years. It wasn't enough for her. After the death of Himmel, her main objective went from not just collecting grimoires, but understanding humans more and what it means to be human. It's crazy to think that one person changed her whole perspective in life. Most of the party of heroes were starting to die, Hyther being the next one. Hyther and Frieren have this unusual connection where she only sees him as this corrupt alcoholic priest and nothing really more than that, until she sees that he's been taking care of an orphan called Fern, telling him that it's weird of him to suddenly take care of an orphan, but it's because of Himmel that he had that sudden change of a person. Baby Fern! Fern! Hyther baited Frieren by deciphering a book in order for Frieren to spend time with Fern and make her Frieren's apprentice. Apart from Hyther baiting her, both of them noticed that they changed from what they were 20 years ago based on Himmel's death. The anime has an amazing way of showing growth between characters. Sure, there's a lot of flashbacks that happen frequently, but the way the flashbacks are presented makes the scene hit more than usual. When Fern talks to Frieren, she tells her how Hyther saved her life by making her realize if she jumps off the cliff, all her precious memories of her parents would vanish from the world, wasting it rather than preserving it, since she's the only one with those memories. This gave Fern a new reason to live, not to make Hyther regret saving her. Not only did Frieren understand her feelings, but she also learned that humans will do anything for other people, even if it means that they don't necessarily want to do it. Fern doesn't really care about magic in a way that it's beneficial for her, but for someone she cares about, just like Frieren. That's why Frieren says Fern and her are the same. I didn't get this portion when I first watched the anime because my goldfish brain can't concentrate enough to pay attention to the details, but it's true. After Fern becomes Frieren's apprentice, they set out to see Isen. On the way to Isen, the relationship between Fern and Frieren is shaky at first when Fern doesn't comprehend why Frieren wastes her time helping people do simple work and learning useless spells. Then when all the effort was done with the simple work, Frieren displayed the beauty of magic. It's not that she's obsessed with magic, it's that she wants to create moments with magic. Similar to how Fern chose magic to show Hyther how beautiful it can be, referencing when Frieren said they were the same. Later in the anime, we see that Fern changes her life's purpose from not making Hyther regret saving her to seeing Frieren happy going around making memories through her adventures. You can see the character building within Fern from the start of her being an apprentice to a first-class mage at the end. She starts from being like any child, a complaining brat, to someone who cares about the people in her party and growing up to talk out problems she has with Frieren or Stark. She also ends up like her master, where it doesn't matter if she is able to get a powerful spell. What matters to her is the spell that can impress and create memories with the people she cares about. At this point of the anime, we can tell that Frieren has grown. She still has problems understanding people's emotion, but at least she tries. Like when she bought Fern a present, but is confused as to why Fern is happy that she did the bare minimum of giving her a simple gift, even if it's something she wasn't asking for. Remember the quote at the beginning of the anime? Well, it turns out that Flam was Frieren's master. Flam taught everything from magic to how to deal with demons in order for Frieren to defeat the Demon King. She was the one who taught Frieren the flower spell, and ever since then, it became her favorite spell. Not only did Flam know that Frieren was going to defeat the Demon King and live in the peaceful era, she knew that her apprentice was going to have regrets in the future, so she wrote a book about the place where they could talk to the dead, Ariel. Isen helped Frieren find the book, since Hyther spent his whole life finding leads as to where the book is, for Frieren to finally talk to Himmel and not live a life of regret. Frieren herself is a complex and nuanced protagonist, and her interactions with the other characters provide insight into her motivations and inner struggles. Throughout the whole adventure, we get to see not only Frieren's interaction and perspective, but other characters as well. The rest of the cast is equally well realized, with each character bringing their own unique perspective to the story, like how Stark struggles with confidence since his father didn't see him as a capable warrior and thinks that Isen abandoned him because he was weak. He creates a connection to the townspeople in almost every town he visits, making them feel secure and protected. I love how this anime also provides the reason for living and doing what they do for the side characters. We get to see Verbal's reason for becoming a first-class mage. He doesn't care about killing demons or protecting villages. His main motive is winning over his crush's heart by showing off that he can protect people. Denkin, an imperial mage who is also seeking to be first-class mage, only wants to become one, not for political power as everyone thinks he wants to, but no, it's to visit his wife's grave. Denkin has been burdened by his wife's passing for the majority of his life and has always been afraid to think back on their wonderful days together. At the end of the season, we get to see everyone part ways, continuing their journeys to fulfill the purpose they have in life, be it for themselves or for a significant other. Most of the characters in this anime usually do it for others though. This wasn't just Frieren's story, but a story about the nature of life, death and the passage of time. It encourages viewers to reflect on the mysteries of existence and the fleeting nature of human experience through its captivating story. Frieren was a really fun watch. It gave me a cozy, wholesome vibe that not a lot of anime can do, following a story of why and how humans have these types of relationships through Frieren's eyes. An elf that has a poor sense of time with an inability to comprehend how time is valuable for humans. Everything reminds her of Himmel and how he had the ability to change the smallest of things to be an important memory for the whole party of heroes and the people he saved before his death. This anime legit gave almost everyone character development, and I love that. Also, I never really spoke about the fighting scenes, but holy crap, it's S tier. Flashy spells and combats were top notch. Anyways, if you're still watching, again, thank you for helping me reach more than 100 subscribers. It means a lot to me. If you want more of these half-ass videos, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. See ya.